Hello, everybody, and a very good Monday morning. I hope everybody's having a good start to the day. Maybe you're lucky enough to add an extra day to the holiday weekend and you took today off. Why not? Not a bad day to take off. It's pretty much the same forecast today as it has been for like the last week. Hot, humid, pop a storm in the afternoon. Many stay dry. Whoever gets wet gets soaked. And then we do it all over again tomorrow. It's a very summer-like pattern. The only thing that's going to change, though, as we go into the middle part of the week, the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday time frame, and even into the weekend, looks like more widespread rainfall and not just those little afternoon pop-up storms. It could be more concentrated in a steadier, persistent thunderstorm activity for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And with more clouds and more rain in the forecast, whatever heat we have here for the beginning of the week, which will continue to be temperatures in the mid-90s, feel like temperatures around 100, will shave a little bit off the temperatures by the end of the week because we just won't have as much sunshine. But we got to keep an eye out for the heavy rainfall and a lot of lightning with storms that do fire up. And I think the highest chance of rain as we go into this week will be Thursday night, and Friday. But yeah, a very potentially wet stretch of weather, Wednesday through Sunday. And looking ahead on the long-term models, it looks like even next week could have even more in the way of rain. So everybody who's worried about things turning crunchy or dry or drought, even though we just had 1.5 feet of rain in May and June, I think we're going to be okay if we hit on some of this rainfall. Speaking of hot temperatures, you know it's going to be a hot day when we're already at 90 degrees in the shoals and it's not even 11 a.m. 88 in Athens, 86 in Huntsville, even Fort Payne up to 86 already. So certainly the heat is there. We've had the last couple of days. When I worked this weekend, we were at 96, 95 for high temperatures in Huntsville, the shoals, Decatur. And we're going to just continue to keep that trend today with those temperatures very hot. So it's summer. It's supposed to be hot. Hi, Sarah. Good morning to you. Good to see you on. Hope all is well. And you have a good day. Thank you for the kind message this morning on Facebook. I appreciate that. Hope the little ones are doing good too. Today, pool day, if you have it off. Yeah, just keep an eye out in the afternoon for some storms. I'll go through the hour by hour with you in just a moment. But hi, Daniel. Thanks for saying hi. Daniel's going to be checking out the radar later today. He's going to be like, where are those storms at? Where are those storms at? I know how he rolls. Here's your forecast for the heat index. Hopefully I get this to work. There it goes. Temperatures and heat index. So the red boxes, or the red bars, I should say, are the actual air temperature. And then the pink is the heat index value. It's what we call the feel-like temperature when you factor in the humidity and the heat. And yeah, same as the weekend. It's like the same graphic. I just keep showing it different days, and it's just the same graphic. About 100 degrees for most locations. If you're in Sand Mountain or Lookout Mountain, you feel like temperature probably closer to like 98 or 99, but I mean, it's still all the same. It's still hot and humid. It's actually, the humidity could be a lot worse. It's still relatively in check, but when you have a temperature in the mid 90s and feels like 100, it's still hot, obviously, right? Hi, Vicki Ray Fears. Good to see you. Thank you so much. It's so kind of you. I am going to have an awesome day, and you feel it, if you put a heart on your comment, I put hearts back because I think they're great. Boom, right there, back at you. I love it. Sarah says, you bet he will. Yeah, I love the fact that he's so excited about weather at such a young age. And I got the dates too. We talked about the dates, about Daniel coming to maybe check things out here at the station, okay? As we get closer to the dates we talked about, just remind me, okay? I can be a little absent-minded like that. How he asked me how my 4th of July was really good. I appreciate you asking. That's very kind of you. I had a really good day. What did I do? I did something on Friday that was fun. I ate. I know that. Went to one of my favorite restaurants. I worked a lot in the weekend, but still had some time outside. Got some stuff done in the yard and worked in my gardens, and it was fun. I had a really good time. It was nice. It was a good weekend. Good weekend for sure. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the hour-by-hour forecast for you. I started off at 1 o'clock because we just know it's going to be hot through noon. And then we see the forecast models popping a few little isolated showers and storms. And I always tell you this during this time of year, when you see the hour-by-hour future radar, where those cells are, don't take it literally like that one big red blob is right east of Huntsville. It could pop there. It could pop a little bit south of there. It could pop a little bit north. I mean, the overall pattern, or what I'm anticipating for the afternoon, is what this graphic is really made for. Don't look for it like specific little, like I'm in Arab and if it's not on top of me, I'm good to go. It doesn't work that way. So what happens is notice the flare-up of storms in the afternoon. See how they become more numerous? It's not widespread. I mean, there's a lot of still dry on that graphic. In fact, let me pull this up so you can see it better. I'm being stupid. There you go. But where these storms pop, they're heavy rainmakers, probably some winds up to about 35, 40 miles an hour. Nothing really widespread severe weather, of course. But still an impact if you're out and about this afternoon, like if you're working outside, you're a construction worker, you're working and you're a roofer, you know, and one of these downpours comes and there's a lot of lightning, you want to get off the roof. You're playing a round of 18 this afternoon, good for you. Yeah, I mean, you got to maybe take cover for a little while. They may pull you off the course for a little while. And, you know, obviously my new thing is pickleball. I'm in the pickleball club here now at the WAFF 48 station. And we love playing pickleball. And if you're out in one of those outdoor courts, you want to probably pull it off the court. If you get a storm or heavy rain, you don't want to play pickleball in the rain anyway, right? That ball, it's like a little wiffle ball. It doesn't go anywhere. By 5 o'clock, see how storms become even a bit more numerous for the evening commute. Again, not a high impact for all locations, but everybody has a chance for a little bit of rain through 5. And I'm going to continue to keep the showers and storms fizzling out between about 7 and 9 p.m. You'll notice on this forecast model run, there's still another little shower near Phil Campbell by about 11. But I think most of the activity is done by 9 o'clock at the latest. And then we do it all over again. We wake up tomorrow morning. It's really warm. Temperatures will be around 80 degrees by 8 a.m., on their way to 90 by noon. And here we go again. Maybe an hour earlier, some of these storms will pop around the noontime hour instead of 1 p.m. But again, don't take the graphic literally. It's not going to be exactly where they are. But the idea of storms popping and becoming heavy rainmakers and even more numerous storms firing up tomorrow, I think even a little bit better chance or higher chance tomorrow than today. And by 3:30, 5 o'clock, we'll still be tracking some rainfall across the area. And much like today, once we get past 5 o'clock, the storms will start to dissipate. They'll wind down. They'll rain themselves out. They'll lose the quote-unquote daytime heating. And we wait for the next round of rain to get here. The difference for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, though, is that the storms will be more numerous and there'll be a lot more cloud cover with each day. That will limit the heating. That's why I dropped the temperatures to the 80s to near 90. And it could be a situation where you not only have one downpour, you have multiple downpours throughout the day for your particular location. And unfortunately for the weekend, it looks like, especially Saturday, maybe not as much on Sunday, but more Saturday, another chance of some pretty solid soaking rain across the area. So if we were to hit on all that rainfall on the forecast, that would be a pretty wet stretch of weather for us. So we'd be looking at the potential for a little bit more in the way of some steadier rainfall across the area, but I can't get my fade to work again. Well, you have the 10-day forecast up. I'm still back here, I promise. But thank you all for coming in for Weather Extra. We appreciate it. Our Weather Extra times that we do are generally consistent. I'm a little bit one that's not consistent. On Saturday and Sunday, we try to start at 8:15. We get around to it about that time. And then we do it again at 4:30 on Saturday and Sundays. And then during the week, it's 10:30 in the morning. And then we do it again at 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night with Brad usually. So we try to have Weather Extra twice a day for you to complement our on-air updates as well. And speaking of being on air, TVL will start at 11 o'clock. I'll have some more weather hits during that time. Peyton will be here. She'll have all that you need to know, entertainment and different activities that are taking place across the Tennessee Valley this time of year, which is great. And I think Gina's off today, so Jonathan will be here at noon, and he'll have all the latest news and any breaking news that we had this morning, follow-ups on some of the stories that happened late last night, and I'll have a couple more weather hits for you at that time too. Not much. I don't think I'm going to have to change in the forecast. It's pretty straightforward. And yeah, overall, very summer-like pattern continues. This is pretty much typical for the Tennessee Valley in July. And before I sign off, just a reminder to you, and I talked about this over the weekend, our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody who's been impacted by the flooding that has taken place in Texas. Obviously, continuing to have updates, and unfortunately, the fatality numbers continue to rise. Flash flooding is a very serious weather event, and what happened in Texas was a lot of rain really quick, and numerous reports of flash flooding happened that night, and unfortunately still the ramifications happening days later. So water's still receding. They're still getting some rainfall. That was all from the remnants of what was left of Tropical Storm Barry that was actually along the Mexico coast last week, and some of that remnant rainfall lifted north into Texas and caused all the flash flooding. It's a very sad situation there for sure. Some of the videos of the flooding that keeps coming in social media is just unbelievable. So, tell Daniel I said you're welcome. I appreciate that. And Terry said thank you for the Facebook updates, and yes, prayers for Texas for sure. I mean, just having a heart and seeing what's happening there, and so many people and families impacted. It's tough. It's tough to see for sure. All right, I'm going to make a run for it, everybody. You all have a fantastic day. Again, on at 11 for TVL, on again at noon for the noon newscast. Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis will be in tonight, and he'll have the very latest on the rain opportunities for the week ahead. And everybody have a fantastic day. We'll talk soon.